I don't know if you guys saw this statistic, but there's a 16x increase when a customer goes to a page and they interact with some sort of an AI assistant. And when I read that statistic, I was like, that's unbelievable. What is it that's going on? Where is this gap in the marketplace that gives a 16x lift when a prospect gets support from an AI assistant?
I use this analogy all the time where it's like your landing pages, your web pages are kind of like your digital storefronts, right? Like that's the people walk into your store, they land on your page. I equate that to, imagine somebody walks into this nice store with these products and services on the shelves and there's nobody there to help them. This is a beautiful thing. How does it work? Who's going to help me install it? All these questions you're going to have, and you don't have any of those answers at your fingertips right now. You're just going to say, well, that was nice, and you're going to walk away. Versus, I think you're probably 16 times more likely to buy that TV.
And I think a lot of the times too, when someone does come up to you in a physical retail store, I think the flex reaction for a lot of people is, oh, can I help you? No, I'm okay. I'm just looking. But internally, they probably do need some help, but they're not admitting it. And I feel like there's this level of comfortability when you have not all of a sudden a human in front of you, but you have this great AI engine that can answer anything you want to ask. And I feel like people are a little more comfortable to be able to say, you know what? I want to know a little bit more. I do actually need some help. So yeah, do you need help? Yeah, I do. And I feel like there is a level of control that people feel when they're engaging with an AI where they can kind of bounce out when they want to. They have the information they need. And I feel like on the other side of that, with companies that use this technology, it's a wonderful way to keep people there on the page, committed somewhat, and give them the information they need to be able to take another step. So I think that's really the glue of what's happening on both sides.
I would say I agree with that, but also the downside of, like you said, the pressure salesman, right? You walk into the sales floor and the guy's like swooping on you. And yes, definitely, that's a lot of stress there. And I think the really cool thing about AI is that it's the opposite of that, because it's just chilling in the wings. It's only there if you need it. Like, it's zero pressure. It doesn't even give you like the side eye or something like, do you need me? I'm over here. And you have zero guilt about not interacting with it. So I think it's the perfect example and perfect way that digitally we can sort of avoid those uncomfortabilities of the pressure sales and the showroom.
I think AI in sales solves this one problem really well. When you walk into a store or when you engage with someone in sales, there's this assumption that that person is going to do what they're supposed to do, which is to sell you. But what if there was a switch? What if there was a contract, a handshake, an agreement where it was like this? Listen, I don't want you to sell me. I have questions. I want you to be completely non-sales, 100% support, where you actually don't have the intention to close me. That's not what you're going to do. You're just going to support me. How many more people, if that were the case, would actually go talk to salespeople when they go on the lot, when they go in the house, when they go to the company, when they get on that call on Zoom? How many more people would be like, hey, listen, I have questions because I know that you're not going to sell me? That's not how it works. The way that it works is salespeople have pressure and they have pipelines and they have deals and they have quotas, which means they're obligated to put pressure on them. AI is not going to put pressure on you because you just bounce. There's no hard feelings. You don't feel like you hurt AI's feeling when you just close the window or you just leave. So as a result of that, you just ask it a lot of questions. And guess what? It's so educated, it can answer everything and anything better than any human being can. You know why? Because it knows everything and it can type 200 words per minute.
I think that's the big unlock too. I was against AI in line with our customer service and our team's ability to, well, first we trained our team. It took years, right, to get our humans trained up to speed to answer the types of intricate questions that our customers ask. And so I was a non-believer, right? I was like, there's no way that the AI can come answer these types of complex questions. After having trained and deployed our own AI, my beliefs have completely changed. I went from saying there's no way to it's operating like 90% of our basic customer chats now, because it's not a replacement, it's an addition, it's a supplement to what you do. Because Ruben just said 200 words per minute, instant answers. It can answer 8 people's questions perfectly, faster than I could answer one question well. However, if it for whatever reason makes a mistake, doesn't answer the question as expected, or doesn't whatever, there's always a button there or an ability to then reach the human on the other side. So then when I am able to, right, because if the AI wasn't there, they get nothing. But now with the use of an AI in sales, they get the AI response, and even if it's not perfect, then they'll get me at the next most available convenience. So I'm not losing anything in terms of like the opportunity by adding it. Without having it, there's huge opportunity cost. There's all that dead space that happens. You walk into the store, nobody's there to greet you. You have a ton of questions, and you'll just come back later. Maybe not. Versus the way it can work now, where you have all those questions, everything there, and no downtime. And it changed my belief, literally from one to the opposite end of it.
We saw the whole character arc. It was
right,
awesome.
right.
It was awesome.
See,
and now you're mad.
You had to like every day like talk me off the cliff. I'm like, no, we gotta shut it off. It's killing us. We're gonna die. And you're like, no, it's okay. Just come back over here. We'll train it a little bit better. We'll go back to the drawing board. And so no, I was like one of the most people against it, just because I pride in myself and my ability to provide customer service and provide an excellent level of service. And the really cool thing, guys, is it can be trained directly from you and your level of service and your style of communication. And in fact, the AI goes and looks at how I answered questions, and it answers them very similarly to what I would, nearly the same. I'm willing to trade off first all of my time that was spent there. That's immediate benefit that I'm getting back now to do other things. But I'm also willing to trade off, like even if I was doing that completely full time, I'm willing to trade that speed and the ability to then intercept it if I need to. I'm willing to trade off all those things for the benefit that I'm getting. So maybe not quite as perfect answers all the time as what I can deliver, but that's few and far between. And the trade-off for the speed and the time that I get and the opportunity for it to do other things, it's a no-brainer for me now. So.
And we've all had this moment. Every one of us here, everyone else watching this has had a moment where you were either on the phone or you're on a computer and you're like, representative, human, agent, right? We've all done that, okay? But where we're going is it's going to be the exact opposite. It's going to be AI, no human, AI. That's what it's going to be because of everything Darius and you just mentioned in terms of like the training, the setup. I mean, AI is going to be like almost human-like when it's communicating with you, except it's going to be able to access all of that information, give incredible tips right there. I mean, sometimes it takes us as humans, even when we know our topics and our strategy, it takes us a little bit to formulate back a message. Okay, how would that work? What are they doing? What's their strategy? And when you feed the AI all of this information, it takes a mere seconds for them to come up with that and still have that same nuance because it's being taught nuance and it continues to learn. So I think we're heading down that path where someone doesn't feel pressure when they're talking to the AI. They feel like they have the smartest being sitting in front of them that they can really lean into and get all the answers they really want.
There's an old adage, life mimics art and art mimics life, right? So in so many ways, so much of the technology that we're building right now, it's what art has created. We're mimicking art. The way that filmmakers have portrayed AI with the way that they sound and the way that they look and, the empathy that they try to express. We've seen that before. It's familiar to us in movies, but now we're living it. So it's like we're living in the future right now. And that blows me away because the speed at which this technology is advancing is faster than any hardware, software technology that we have ever seen. There's an old thing called Moore's Law, where the number of transistors can decrease by 50% in an 18-month period, which means a computer that was this big, a year and a half later can now be this big and twice as fast. This is why back in the day, in the 1950s, to build a calculator, you would have to have a computer the size of this building. But now, of course, you can do it in this watch or pretty much in a nanotech, right? The way that AI is advancing is on a completely different spectrum. This is what I say to people. If you're hesitating on getting into AI, did you hesitate to get an iPhone or an Android? Like, do you have an iPhone 13 or 14 and above? Do you have a Samsung S10 or above? You don't have a BlackBerry. You don't have a one of those handsprings. You don't have a Palm Pilot anymore. So one way or the other, you've adopted when it comes to technology with respect to your phone. The same thing has to happen with AI. We need to embrace this because, frankly, if we don't embrace it, our competitors are. That's not what we want. I don't want that for anyone.
One of the most precious resources in our entire lives and world is time. And that's really what this tool is helping us get so much back. Like we've saved hundreds, thousands of hours, even maybe just in like copywriting stuff alone. Guys, if your career is in sales and you're not using AI, it's like cutting your ceiling down in half and making what possible, it's really limiting your capabilities here. So take that as the wake-up call and go try it. The main ways that we're seeing AI used in sales particularly is, one, what we've been discussing, this AI sales assistant. This is one of the newest versions of this, using AI in sales, having a real-time AI assistant on your sales assets. That's a brand new concept. Copywriting with AI, that's probably a year old or more now, right? Using the AI to write excellent copy faster than you could even come up with one subject to get 10 or more. And then the last one is some forecasting, right? There's more data analysis tools where that takes forever. You need a lot of intelligence and a lot of planning and stuff to be able to analyze data and make intelligent sales decisions. And that's another emerging area where AI is going to make our job as salespeople really easy. Or much easier. It's never really easy, I should say, but much easier. The future is now, as Ruben said. And if you guys are not using AI in sales yet, now's the time. And come check us out in some training. This is just a conversation, but we'd love to show you guys how to implement AI in any number of ways.
And think about holistically how that would work within the sales cycle. It just fits perfectly, because what we've been talking about here was when Darius mentioned AI writing. Okay, great. AI customer support, AI sales, right? All of that is together, because when we talk about sales flow, and this is something we do here at Dubb, is that we use our AI writing assistant, Ira, to come up with a script, right? Then we give it our HI, we give it a human pass, we look it over. Then we save our script. Then we load that script into a teleprompter. And then there you go. That is a very simple flow that is highly effective, highly engaging, and especially on a daily basis when you're making a lot of sales videos that we know work, authentic sales videos, but you're setting yourself up for success. There's no need memorizing stats, specific phrasing, especially when you're making multiple videos a day. You can keep your personality, the words are right in front of you, and then guess what? You have that sales assistant, SIA, Sales Interactive Assistant, to help close your deals that are happening. It's all symmetrical and holistic.
If someone asked me a year ago, hey, Ruben, do you think that you would be building a technology that converges a teleprompter, an artificial intelligence writer, and an artificial intelligence sales assistant into one sales platform? Would I believe that? The answer is no. I would have never thought that I would be where I am right now to converge these three pieces of technology. And here we are, innovating. And I don't know if there's another company that does what we do. In fact, I know that there isn't, because that's why people come to us.
Right.
Now, here's the deal. If we don't add the human element, Rob, you talk about HI. If we don't add the human element to all this AI and all this copywriting and all this information, people are not going to feel anything. They're not going to feel inspired, persuaded, motivated. They're not going to have that parasocial relationship. They're not going to look at someone in their eyes and say, I trust you. I want to learn from you. I receive the value that you're giving for me, and I'm ready to go to the next step, because that's what sales is about. Darius, lock us in here. How do we get all this tech? How do I get started, Darius?
Right.
Where are you going to send them?
If someone is considering looking at video, at AI, at leveraging these things in their sales, in their entrepreneurial career, wherever you might be at in business, come check us out. We have a completely free training, guys. I myself, my buddy Rob here, we host this thing every single weekday. That's completely free. You don't even have to put in a credit card, anything. Get a free trial. That's free also. Free trial to Dubb, which is the technology itself, where you can come explore some of the technologies on your own. But more importantly, come join the live training. Come join a session just like this, except we're going to talk to you. We're going to figure out what your ideas are, what you want to accomplish, and we're going to help you do those in a session just like this, completely for free, until you come see success in your endeavors, in your business or projects, whatever you're doing. Then if it makes sense, you can come pay for it. But only until then. Come get help. Come get the success from our team. Have us invest in you so that we can pay it forward.
And the one thing we talk about in these daily trainings is, what's your use case? What's the strategy for you? What's going to work? And instead of looking at all the technology all at once, you look at the first part of the technology, then the second part of the technology, and then it all becomes very comfortable. And we have a team in place that will help you get through that and use it to its maximum potential.
But here's what I want to say, is that if you're feeling fear, uncertainty, and doubt about artificial intelligence, I think you're feeling it because you have not yet figured out a way to have it become your best friend, to have it become truly your assistant. Right now, it's a competitive entity to you in your life. It's something that is going to take away from you. But I really want to inspire people to flip the script on this and to say, how can I start using ChatGPT, OpenAI, Gemini, Meta, pick your AI platform, Sia from Dubb, and to start using it as your true assistant. There's a mindset shift that I want to invite people to think about. Right now, when you think about ChatGPT, you think about a chat assistant where you go to a site from your phone or your desktop, and then you type in queries, and then it gives you a results back to help you. You can ask for information or research or copywriting or whatever. But have you thought about having a sales GPT? Have you thought about figuring out a way to actually deploy an assistant that's customer facing, that's branded with your logo and your video and your name and your company name, your frequently asked questions, your website, your Calendly link, your booking link, your website forms, your checkout page? It's you GPT. Have you thought about that yet? Because that, my friends, is what's going to unlock you. It's what's going to unlock this fear, uncertainty, and doubt that you have about artificial intelligence. I promise you this. If you give this a chance, AI is going to bring you so much joy, so much comfort, so much job security, and so much wealth. And we are here to support you guys. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Rob and Darius because, every day we get some positive response right now about someone being happy. Like, who was that person yesterday that gave us that really positive remark about Eileen? And the live training, and Henry today in the webinar, right. And Kevin and Kenyatta. Yeah. It feels so good to support people. It really does.
It really does. That's I tell people every day in the training when I see them, I'm like, you guys motivate me and inspire me and keep me happy and so invested in what we're doing, because we build things and we're building them for our audience, right? So that we can all succeed. We're building them for you guys. And then when you come tell us, yes, this worked, this succeeded for me, your training did this for me, your technology did this for me, then it just feels like everything is working as it's supposed to be. Life just feels right. And so I'm like, all right, let's double down, reinvest, train more, provide more, build more. And we're going to continue to do that because it's working for us and for you guys. So let's do it.
If you're enjoying this content and this conversation in particular, leave us a comment below. Tell us about your AI stories, your sales stories, good and bad. Let us know. We really want to know what you think about this. And like Darius mentioned earlier, check out Dubb. Dubb.com. Takes 30 seconds to sign up. You don't need a credit card. Come into one of our live trainings. Just experience what all is happening right now in the world in terms of sales. So we would love to have you there. Hit the like button below. Subscribe to our channel if you want real, direct, honest conversations like this in the sales realm. We would love to hear from you. So we'll see you at the next video.